Ooh. So one of our favorite game developers released a game that uses the assets from another game that is great. The assets are from Luca, Born of a Dream. The game is a demo called Death of a Wish slash Will God Forgive Us. Oh, it is literally the sequel to Luca, Born of a Dream. Oh, let me show. Oh, BRB. Thanks for lurking. Oh, speaking into the void. Do you mean the we learned new traumas today? I don't think that was void necessary. If you want to go into it a little bit, I don't mind. But if that's all you wanted to say, then that's fine too. Thank you for trying to retroactively respect our boundaries. Specky went to eat soup and sort out her bookshelf. You can play or not play something if you want. I know. But only logically. Emotionally, I feel that I must. Well, it's more complicated than that. Even if I felt completely okay doing whatever I wanted in any way on stream, I would still feel like some amount of pressure to like give an experience that isn't, a shitty one. Honestly, I like these heavier topic games, essays, and whatnot to understand things more. I'm glad, Anna. I think that there is a space for the stuff we create, and we're definitely not the only people who do it. Okay, I need to. If I want to play this game, I have to install it on our computer. Uh, I have to install it onto our computer like normally. It's in the Queer Games bundle. Oh. Oh, well, I guess we're getting it now. Let me go back to that. They considering I think that was kind of slick actually. I think I remember telling everybody toward the beginning of talking about the Queer Games bundle that because the Queer Games bundle is to support queer artists, that I think that it's a good thing. That there are plenty of games in it that are free, even outside the bundle, and that there are plenty of people, and that there are plenty of games that are like in development in the bundle. Uh, and that it's not something that we believe for all bundles. The more demos or incomplete builds we see of games in other bundles, sometimes we get a little bit bitter. And I don't know if it's rightfully so or not. It's probably not even valid. But and it's probably from the capitalism standpoint. And it's like, well, I paid money for this bundle. How dare you not give me a game? Right? So I'm kind of being a whiny little bitch when I feel like that, right? But the fact that the me equals three team, I think that's right. Sorry, me less than three. The me less than three team decided to make to make the demo only available through the bundle, I think is actually really cool. And I think is a cool way to interact with it. It pressured my capitalism hand, and I'm not a big fan of that part, but I mean, I am a big fan of them. So now I am downloading Death of a Wish. It's technically action. What was it? Character action Souls like. Well, I guess actually it has a stamina thingy. I'm pretty sure, so I don't think it technically would count as a character action game. I hope controller actually works for it. Gamey. Does it add like a special kind of feeling that does it feel special that we don't have that I'm not using music for this stream? At first it was like I don't feel like it, and then I remembered that I didn't want to play the one game with music, and then it made sense. And now it feels even more like an artistic choice. But hey, maybe that's just how I'm like, what's the word? Conceptualizing it to make me feel better. In film school, our film professor will always say or our favorite film professor, I would say, would always say that, every choice is a choice, even the choices you don't make. And I mean, that is very true. And that's true in life as well. Like, indecision is a choice, technically. Even if you're paralyzed by something, it will be taken as a choice by others, unfortunately. I actually hope that I can actually play this without, sorry, that I can play this with controller, but I don't know if it'll automatically detect it. We'll have to see. Okay, I should just unplug this broken ass cord. I don't know why this one is plugged up. Okay, get that out of here. I should read chat like a good little fae. I think this is the thing they meant the void for. Oh, okay, I missed that one. I was looking for it too. We got we can't say I love you to friends because trauma, I guess? I see. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. But thanks for sharing that, Sonny. Let's see. Okay. Music's in the right place. Or our sound is in the right place. The game should have music, I'm assuming. I'm not good at speaking at all sometimes. You're welcome. I'm good at inferring things that people mean through context. I learned how to do it very well through personal experience. Hey, being nonverbal or not being able to find the words in the moment is understandable. And we try to be as patient, as empathetical as we can with folks who struggle with words because we have been assumed to be making the choice of ignoring someone or disregarding someone and what someone's saying when we couldn't speak. And so we push past it and hurt ourselves to speak every time we were spoken to in certain contexts, even though our body or our brain told us not to or forced us not to. Not choosing is still a choice. Even decision feels like you couldn't make a choice. The fact that no choice was made is still a choice. Just one that feels very hard to not make sometimes. Oh yeah, we should probably go to sleep. Trans rights. Good night. I hope you sleep well. Okay. This game contains flashing visuals, as well as images and themes that may be considered violent or cruel. Practice discretion before playing. Discretion is my middle name. It's really not. Oh, let me change the thingy. I wonder if... I doubt that they made a category for it already. Nope, it has a category already. Death of a Wish. Mother fudge cake. Always allow. See, here's the thing with that. My brain forces me to try and reply as soon as possible, even if I don't want to, and it ends up me having to do multiple takes on my own sentences. Gosh, that sounds stressful as heck. That's kind of loud. Let me turn it down for me and turn it down for y'all. Death of a Wish. Enter the name of someone important to you. Someone you would die for. Lapis. A dedication to Lapis. In your absence, time and space collapse to a single point, burning with possibility. But the flame is beginning to fade, and the new world struggles to be born. Lapis, I will not fail you. Sin dictates nightmare strength. Punishment dictates player vulnerability. The four faiths that bind this dying world. Cardinal, priest, watcher, father. Father. I'm starting with you. Oh shit, I know exactly what this character is. We've played Luca a lot. We've never actually beat it on stream, though. Unyielding darkness. You may never brave it. Wow. Descend. The nightmares. You can't stop me. I don't fear you anymore. Recall tech. Hold button. Hold button costs charge to use. Hold the light or heavy attack button to execute a powerful hold action. Like familiar attacks, hold actions cost charge to use, but they tear through nightmares. Strike enemies with light or heavy attacks to replenish charge. Then use the hold action on a broken enemy for massive damage. Fuck the nightmares. A vision of a past. Father lays his hand on my head, defying to ever say my name. And the rest they watch and suffer, for it is right and just. It is right and just. Hold on to the moment. Christen and feel it. Don't let it. It's all we have to bring him forth. His end. Rewind. Rewind gives you a second chance at any encounter. When you use rewind, your health and charge are restored to the state they were in when the fight began. Health is precious and difficult to restore. So use rewind to erase a battle that is going poorly. You'll still overcome the nightmares. You must still overcome the nightmares, manage wisely, and fight decisively. Wah! Yes, this is another game about trauma. One of our favorite games ever. It's a demo for the sequel to Luca Born of a Dream. I didn't even think it was gonna get a sequel. Oh wait, shit, I didn't mean to— ah! I never said I was gonna not play games about trauma. You can feel it, closing in, the hate in your heart, spiraling inward. Take it! Unyielding darkness. You may never brave it. Tech, parry. Dodge towards an attacking enemy with perfect timing to deflect the attack and deal massive break damage. A parry will cancel the enemy attack and deal massive break damage while allowing Christian to follow up with a powerful counterattack. Volley incessant parries and blows to break the enemy's guard and cut them down with critical damage. It does suck that I can take one small hit and then it's all over. Oh, thank fucking Bob Saget. I found you. Health restored, progress saved, rewinds restored. Descend. The pain that drives you ties you to this dream. Do you feel purpose, drive, freedom? Feathers tinged with blood fall lightly upon your face. One small hit and it's over? I assume y'all would have played enough Souls-likes to get used to that, lol. Even if I'm used to it, it's definitely not what I prefer. It drives you ever forward. Recall tech, teleport. Press contextual action button while moving towards the target to travel that distance instantly. I feel the anger. I like how Hotline Miami does it. Instant death, but restarts take less than a second. Oh, fun fact. With Luca, or this series, generally, you have a certain amount of deaths, and you get an auto game over. Like you have to start from the beginning and you get a bad ending. So it's a little different. The walls of the sanctum take shape from the darkness. Water burns as it drips across your forehead. Every nerve screams out, "No! No!" But I have to. Open my eyes. Open my eyes! Father, I'm home. Time to wake up. Restored. For now. Found memory of Christian. I loved you. I trusted you. I did all you told me to. and I was good. But it wasn't enough. You asked me to confess, and I came up with blanks. And I sought an end that would never come. Now I must commit the sin no one will forgive. Utter annihilation. Look, look! The prodigal son has returned! His aura of marked, unhidden. Have you forgotten our teachings? The black sun rained damnation upon you! Our righteous duty, our righteous duty! We shall indulge in your suffering. I'm done suffering with you. Yeah, they are very similar. I think Jacob Geller noted how Hotline Miami is brought up in every Katana Zero review. Hotline Miami is hella interesting story-wise. Don't think there'd ever be a third game in the series because I don't know what they'd do. And it's have to be set after Hotline Miami 2 because reasons. I've seen the video that you're referring to, Issy. Honestly, game devs and artists can do whatever the fuck they want. They can buck everything they said and do a Hotline Miami 3 and be like, hey, we'll do a completely different story. Or we'll have a story that doesn't make canonical sense. Even though they said they would never make a Hotline Miami 3. Not just because capitalism, but just because. Ecstasy! Ecstasy! Existent! Fuck. Oh, I'm out. Ah. No, Christian. Not like that. Ah! Ah! Damn, I got so close there. No, Christian. Not like that. Wow, this game actually makes me kind of angry. Like, I definitely feel the emotions it's wanting me to feel. I see my interpretation of it kind of boils down to using senseless violence to solve problems, or get revenge leads to more senseless violence, and then eventually mutually assured destruction if the course stays on the track it's headed towards. I think that that's a good representation of that. But it's also the story or the message of a lot of games. A lot of games have a message of senseless violence begets senseless violence, but also is very fun and violent. And it's basically like, hey, play our violent game. You're bad for liking violence. Ah, fuck, accidentally. Motherfucker. That's my last one. Hit me! Hit you! If an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, then I'll use your strikes to hit you in the eyes. And then I won't be blind and just you. Oh shit, there's a... Oh, it can run at me. Ah! Yeah, but it boils down to being violence is bad. I kind of want to imply that there was a core message to it but there is a lot of nuance to it. There definitely is some preaching at the player for liking violence, but I feel like 2 moves on pretty quickly from that. I can't say for sure since I've never played it. But what I'm saying is, it's a common message in games that have very obscene amounts of violence. So I feel like it's a message that, even if it's nuanced, is said over and over again in games, and I feel like it's kind of tiresome. Ah. Ah. Ah, I accidentally used my charge. Yeah, I'm dead. timed it wrong. One of the interesting things that I just realized, I recall a vid talking about how villains are active, heroines. Villains are active, heroines are reactive. And that active protagonists are really rare in fiction. All the protagonists in HM2 are active protagonists. Hotline Miami. Except the two that Richard the Rooster actually kind of likes. Well, it's easier to have active protagonists when you have someone who's like, what's the word? It's easier to have active protagonists when you have someone who is like an anti-hero or a very flawed hero. Because in fiction, I noticed that a lot of action, especially by heroes, is mistakes. Some stories can even be explained as heroes keep making mistakes until they don't. Or until they correct their mistakes. Enjoy dinner. I just realized that I didn't use any rewinds at all. Finally won. In In. Out. This is it. Funny that this is it, even though I'm about to fucking lose. I can only take one hit. Unyielding darkness. You may never brave it. Father! Boy, this isn't the time. You don't understand. I'm here to destroy the sanctum, to lay these rotting corpses to rest. And you're the first on my list. Prepare yourself. You? The boy who thousands of times before stood by as salvation was at hand. A coward and puppet, driven only by hate and self-loathing. You're nothing. And you know how I can tell? Because here I am, still standing, and all I see before me is an insect who doesn't even deserve to be crushed. Father, please, this way. Fine. Holy Knight, in this foolishness, kill him. It's been an honor, Heavenly Father. I'll make this quick. Wow, I actually survived. Oh my gosh! Now that's a Souls-like for you. Whew! That was like a mini boss, right? All without getting hit once. It's funny because I have full rewinds, but it wouldn't have mattered. Because if I got hit once, I would have died. Also, hello, Lily. Oh shit, that was fucking scary. I still haven't fought Father. Christian. He made it down here. Sir, I suggest we keep moving immediately. You two, take care of him. He has those eyes. I've seen into them before, and I know what they're capable of. No, never, never again. Whoa! Fuck! Ah! Last one. Lily, you are just a slave to your desires. But you're a cute slave. A map of jumbled lines, thousands of possibilities overlain in annihilation. Unyielding darkness, you may never break. Health restored, progress saved, the other thing restored. You're welcome. Hesitation is death. Whoo! Yeah. Thanks for the raid, Smash and Barrel. Been a while since we seen you. How was your stream? Let's board the train. There's no stopping what is about to happen. Do you wish to continue? To pass beyond this point means accepting the consequences of your actions, and whatever else may come. Do you still wish to continue? Your fate will be sealed, and there will be no one but yourself to blame. Do you still wish to continue? Yes. I love how that game asked me if I wanted to continue like 5 different fucking times. Oh, you were playing Mother 3? Shit. Father, stop. Stay away. Don't you understand what you're messing with? Samuel, cut him down. Gladly. You don't know how long I've waited to do this. Whoa. That's a big ass sword. No. Father! What's the matter, boy? Isn't this what you wanted? Or do you not have the conviction to carry about your mission? The old sanctum is dying. A void will take its place. People like you and I, it is our power and ours alone to shape the dream into a new paradise. From nothing, from this hell, I will bring about the new sanctum, where those who deny this power, the black sun, can only tremble before us. No, it's not what I wanted. I can't let this happen. You're not as strong as I thought. In grande, boy, show me what you're made of. Bring it! Whoa. Ah! Hurry around, though. I can in this fight quick, though. At the temple where I fight the masked man after defeating the colonel, I've literally never played Mother 3. No matter, you cannot win here. No matter how many times you try, I will always cut you down. Whoa! Ah! So you think you've won? Do you think this sacrifice is worth it? The taste of blood. Soon it'll devour you. Within and without. This is the end of the world. It's a myth. A story to rally the sheep. You cannot escape. You cannot change it any more than the tides. But for the devout, the new sanctum, my kingdom of heaven, it will rise. For death is no end. Death of a wish. In development. Follow for updates. Me less than 3. Twitter.com/me less than 3. Yes. Oh, that was hard. Yeah, that was a demo. It has such story though. It's a sequel to a game. If you want more story, play Luca Born of a Dream. I'm sure we'll play it eventually. Well, play it all the way through. Luca Born of a Dream is hard as hell. The only difference between that game and Luca Born of a Dream, I feel like, combat-wise, was just the fact that you had more, and Luca, you had more customization options, but that was just a demo. Remember the stretch. Support queer artists, queer indie devs. Support this game. Support us if you like, I guess. If you want to play this teaser, you have to get the pay what you the 2022 Itch.io Queer Games bundle or the pay what you want bundle. We did the pay what you want bundle because we definitely couldn't afford $60. I can't wait for the day that we can drop $60 on the pay what you want, or sorry, not on the pay what you want bundle, on a Itch.io Queer Games bundle. I'll feel very good about myself when I can. I also love the flower crown. Thank you. Kind of like basil. Let's see here. I definitely streamed for longer than I had planned on, but I still have plenty of energy, and that game got my fucking heart pumping. So I hope I can still do some work tonight. I'm pretty sure I can. But I'm definitely gonna eat after stream before I do any more work. Let's see. System snap. Looking for music, but I also want to turn on the thingy that shows the music that we're playing, but it probably won't show now. And because I can't remember my password to Spotify, so we'll probably need to get a new password. But the song playing now is Christian from Luca Born of a Dream. Song by Nicolo Teliska. It was nice to see you in the morning, Thorn. It was nice to see you too, Lily. I hope today at work is better for you than yesterday. And you got here at the end of stream too. I'm gonna find someone to raid right now. Let's see, what's Swirl Drop playing? Oh, they are ending. So Swirl Drop is a no. Ice has been playing a game for 7 hours and 11 minutes. So Ice might be ending. Mariku Tamu seems like she'll probably be playing for at least a little bit longer. She's playing Tunic right now. So I guess that's who I'll rate. Let's see here. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride. And happy Vengeance. See y'all tomorrow. Glad to see you again, Thorn. Glad to see you too. Oh my god, I didn't think I could ever do so many hours. How many hours did you stream for? Now I'm curious. The stream for Mother was 4 hours. Maybe you can be a big kid like us one day and be able to go 24 hours. Not that you ever need to. Oh, if you don't have any sub emotes, feel free to copy the raid message and use that to celebrate the raid. We'll appreciate it if you stay for the raid, but it's okay if you don't. It was nice to have you all, and thank you so much for being here with me. It means the world. Even if the world's going into hell in a handbasket. Anyway, your life will be filled with happiness and sadness. Shall you choose to traverse it? I hope you don't regret it. So yeah, everybody, take care of yourselves, and happy Pride. Meow.